Yo, what is up everyone? Jay here, back again with another Fire Emblem Heroes reaction video for the new mythic hero that is dropping this June, this upcoming month. And it is none other than Ashera herself. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name correctly. Ashera. I always said Ashera. I'm just going to say it like that. So I apologize if that bothers you. But yeah, she's finally in the game, the Order Goddess, and she looks amazing. Kita Senri, once again, just killing it. Definitely one of my favorite artists. I've always said that Tellius has some of the best artwork, and she, Kita Senri is definitely the large reason why I think that. And yeah, she's in the game finally. Definitely one of the most long-awaited, most wanted mythics ever since mythics were introduced. And Tellius as a game and as a continent, as a world, has like a lot of mythic material, probably more material than most other Fire Emblem games. I'd say at least more obvious material. We have Altina, we got Yune, and now Ashera is finally in. So I'm glad she's in, and even though I am really excited for her being into the game, especially because I have like a special bond with Radiant Dawn because it was my very first Fire Emblem game. So anytime there's Tellius stuff, I'm very excited. Even though I didn't play the game that much and I don't know everything about it, not as much as about it like compared to like Arcania and stuff, I still have that attachment to it. So that's why. But yeah, she's in, and coming in as an Astra Mythic. A lot of people are confused, or maybe confused why she's an Astra Mythic. I was confused at first, but then I learned some interesting trivia about it. Is that because if you played Radiant Dawn, you know that Ashera is basically the counterpart to Yune, or Yun. And even though they're counterparts, they're still part of one technically. And so Yune's darkness, obviously in Fae, she's the dark mythic, and then you would assume that Ashera is going to be light as a counterpart. And that's what I thought. So I was like, oh, it's kind of weird she's an Astra. But then if you dig down a little deeper, you realize that Intelligent Systems tends to try to match the character's affinity from their game, from their base game, to their blessing and Fae. So Ashera in Radiant Dawn had a Heaven affinity, and Heaven translates roughly to Astra, and Astra means star, and you can see the correlation between star and Heaven. So that's why she's an Astra Mythic, and I thought that was really cool. Something I just learned actually recently. So really cool tidbit. If you didn't know that, a lot of people might question why the hell she's not a different kind of mythic or not a light mythic. That's the reason why. So definitely a cool bit of trivia that a lot of people probably won't notice about Ashera. So that's why she's an Astro Mythic, I think, and that's really dope. But yeah, definitely cool trivia for sure. And I guess if Ashenera ever gets in the game, maybe she'll be a light mythic. I don't know. Even though she did a few things, I'm not gonna spoil it or get into the lore of Tellius. And Tellius has some of the best lore in my opinion, so I definitely enjoy talking about it. But I'm not going to get into it in this video, obviously. But yeah, here's her kit. Very stacked kit. Her weapon order sentence is super stacked. So attack +3, start of combat if she's alive, basically, or if the bonus is active on her, she gets +5 more stats. So the bonus, then you add +5 on top of that. Then you stack. After that, you can get more attack depending on the total bonuses on your allies within 2 spaces. So this is a very strong weapon. Kind of reminds me, I think it's like, this is definitely like one of the most hardest hitting weapons in the game. If you get all the conditions, obviously. So if an ally within 2 spaces have attack speed +6, so if they have +6 to everything, you get +24 attack, which is just insane. And that's not even accounting within like joint drive attack buffs or something. So she can just stack a ton of stats, and I guess it's like a reference because she's like the Order Goddess, that I guess if other people are just strong, then she'll be strong too, if they're within order, I suppose. So I think that's how her weapon works, a reference to that. It comes with Glacies, very strong. It'd probably be better with something like Glimmer, because honestly she hits hard enough. Glacies is probably going to be overkill, because I'm guessing her stat line is going to be very high attack, obviously, high res, and then probably decent speed, because she does have a low speed res. I don't expect her to be that fast, but she could be pretty fast, and then like her defense could be like mid-max, who knows. And her A skill, attack res ideal 4. They're really pushing out these ideal skills. I mean, they are really good, especially for really bulky units. Fallen Edelgard has been terrorizing people for however long she's been out, only been out for less than a month, and I already hate fighting her with that ideal skill. So she comes with attack res ideal, so very cool. Obviously synergizes with her weapon, so just bonus on bonus, all that stuff. Low speed res, so that also stops their bonuses that people are fighting her with, or if they have any speed or res buffs. you can't do much to her. And her C skill, her PRFC skill, Orders Restraint, a very cool skill. So at the start of a turn, grants attack res +6 and null panic to allies within 2 spaces for 1 turn. At the start of turn, if 3 or more allies within 2 spaces of units, grants attack +6. Yeah, so basically, she has, like, it's not a debuff removal, because debuffs and panic are different. So basically, if you have, okay, let's just read this. It's kind of hard to explain. If unit is inflicted with panic, so if you have an ally, it has panic, and your bonuses are converted into penalties, those penalties are removed, right? But it's only removed if they're bonuses. They're not removed if they're normal debuffs from like a dagger, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So anytime you have a +6, so pretend you have a +6 attack buff, and there's a panic manner, and normally you would be hit with the panic, and then you'd have -6 attack, right? But with this Orders Restraint, the bonuses are just neutralized. So yeah, pretty sure that's how it works. And technically, she does still give you a buff, because she does give you attack res +6. And even if you get that buff, I guess it doesn't matter, because, you know, your penalties are gone. I think that's how it works. And like, at first glance, you might think that her weapon here is stopped by the lull skills, because it's like she's getting bonuses, but it's not necessarily stopped by lull skills, because the buffs that she gets, the bonus to attack, like a blade tome, for example, because, you know, blade tomes, a lot of blade tome weapons are granting bonus to attack from your bonuses. Because it's not from her own bonuses, it's actually from the allies. I don't think lull skills actually even affect this weapon, so it's pretty strong. So it's like a blade tome that doesn't have to worry about lulls, I think. Pretty sure it's like a friend tome. I guess we can call it like a friend tome. So very cool. I'm not exactly sure if I was 100% correct on Orders Restraint. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that. I'm not the most knowledgeable, but yeah, I try my best. But yeah, that's her kit, and it is pretty good. I mean, honestly, they could have went harder on it. It's definitely very strong. I'm not saying it isn't. And the fact she's an Astro Mythic, we can always use another Astro Mythic. I can use another Astro Mythic, because you know, Altina doesn't work all the time, and obviously, and Plumeria is great, but having this kind of unit on your offense is going to be crazy. And like, the fact she's colorless, she's not weak to anything. So, you know, if you use, like, I guess if you use Micaiah during Astra season, you know, because she's pretty common. I mean, Micaiah is just a great unit in general. Another Telly's character. If you use her, she won't get destroyed by Thirstier as much, because if you have Ashira here, she could just deal with Thirstier pretty easily, I'm pretty sure. With this kit, just getting all kinds of stats and supporting your allies, and just stopping their panic with null panic, and giving a buff. So definitely Ashira is very stacked, and she's in a class type that isn't very competitive, because there isn't that many colorless tomes. So Ashira is definitely going to be one of the best units, I think. And I mean, some people can look at this and think it's pretty tame. I mean, it's nothing like crazy. Like, I think if it was like a debuff stopper, it'd be even crazier. Like, if it stopped all kinds of debuffs and panics, it'd been crazy. But it's just null panic, I think. So, and here's her animation. Everybody's talking about the animation. It is absolutely beautiful. That animation's actually in Radiant Dawn from one of the cutscenes, actually. So yeah, the rest of the heroes, you got Legendary Azura. The banner here is pretty nice. I'd say it's pretty good overall. Colorless, once again, is super stacked. I feel like Colorless is always stacked. Colorless is like, at least like, it's probably like, it used to be a joke back in the day with female Grima on it, but now that she's not on these, you know, Colorless has just been really stacked with Legendary Claw, Legendary Corrin, as you can see. The Dew's on the banner, he's nice. Freja and Triandra. So green is also pretty stacked as well. Red is obviously probably the dud. I mean, blue too, I guess, if you already have Azura and Peony, but they're not bad to have. Like, Peony is always nice just to have another Light Dancer, and, you know, B-Dual Flying if you want to inherit B-Dual 4, like another skill. Azura is also nice to have, of course. Ronin is great, a really good unit, rare unit, but very cool. He's pretty much like the premier Lysithea counter. So yeah, I'd say red is probably the dud, but even then, if you're merging Roy and Eliwood up, if you're merging up the family, you know, it's good for you. And Azel has the R dual 4, so that's nice. Green, I'd say colorless is the best, then green, then blue, and then red. So yeah, I'm skipping this banner personally, even though I'm very excited that Ashira is finally in the game. But I gotta keep saving in case something on the summer banner is nice, or and obviously Brave Martha. I feel like I mentioned that every video, but I'm trying to say for Brave Martha plus 10 him. And I'm just glad that she's in the game and that it wasn't Medius, because if it was Medius, I'd definitely feel tempted to pull for him. Maybe next time it'll be him. Who knows? There's still a lot more mythic material to come. It could be Athos. It could be another one of the 8 legends. It could be a Juggernaut Crusader. You know, so it could be Ashenera. Who knows? Like, there's a lot more material to go for mythic heroes. So that is the video. That's my review. Hopefully I got most of her skill stuff right. That's what I've just been researching. I mean, the trailer just dropped like an hour ago, so stuff is still pretty fresh in the mind and new. But that's Ashira. If you guys comment, let me know if you're going to summon for her. Like I said, I'm very excited she's in the game. She looks amazing. Definitely going to be a fun unit to use, and probably an annoying unit to fight, honestly, that she has that null panic. If you have like a lot of panic strategies like sudden panic and stuff, she can just stop that. So definitely a very cool unit. And also remember that trivia told you about the Astra Mythic, that how she's not a light mythic. I thought that was really cool. I feel like most people aren't going to tell you that, or most people won't know about that. That's a really cool tidbit, kind of trivia, you know what I'm saying? I love lore, so I'm a sucker for that type of shit. But yeah, like I said, if you guys comment, let me know if you're going to summon, what you guys think. And thank you guys for listening to me ramble, and thank you guys for watching. Please stay safe out there. Peace out.